Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be. My name is Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and I'm so excited to have Miss Emerald Khan here as my guest tonight. We've been trying to get her here, as you guys know, and our schedules just kind of it worked out today. How about that? Emerald, welcome to Black Link Magazine. Go ahead and tell the world who you are and what you do.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be hanging out here with you today, Marva. I love you so much and everything that you do. Shout out to Black Link Magazine for being amazing. My name is Emerald Khan. I'm a vocalist. I'm an actor. And I've produced and directed a few independent films. You can find my music all over the place. I've been placed just recently on BET in a film called Bid for Love. You can catch it right now on any BET platform. That includes Plus, Her, and Standard. You can see my face on Amazon Prime, on Tubi, acting in films. And I've also got music on about 23 different film platforms, as well as every music streaming platform. Honey, I promise you, anywhere you're looking for a good time, I'll be waiting on you. That's one thing I can guarantee is that you don't have a good time when you come fool around with me. Okay, come on, hang out.
She's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. Listen, it's so amazing to see our Black women thrive in this industry, because it's a hard industry to be in. And so to see you, putting your best foot forward every time you're doing something, any event that you have, you put your best foot forward, and you just keep pushing. And so let's just go ahead and talk about your journey in this industry and how you got into acting and singing and all those things. Is it something that came from your background in the family, or is it just something that you honed in on and that's what you knew that you were going to do?
Well, actually, I would like to say that music came into my life first. I think my grandmother, she used to put me in this Caribbean dance class. I was always so shy, but I think my earliest memory of being kind of a showcaser was there was a dance routine we were doing. It was part of the Nutcracker, and at the end of the routine at the Caribbean Dance Center, it's a big performance day. Everybody takes their bow and they usher them off the stage. Well, apparently, little Miss Emerald Khan decided to come through the curtain and take her own personal bow. And my grandmother said she knew I was something special then. But a lot of people in my family didn't really like how I sang and how I did stuff. So what I'm saying? They used to tell me to be quiet, go somewhere and find something to do with myself. At some point in time, later, my mother, she had a pretty significant injury. She had a bad accident. I'm saying all this to say is that we went through a pretty significant hard time. We were part of the low to no income community very quickly. Somebody gave me a trumpet. That trumpet was my gateway to God. It was kind of how my journey to, the song Soulmates kind of came into place, which is a song that I wrote with some kids that I mentor at Dallas International Street Church, part of my philanthropy aspects. But anyway, that trumpet was my gateway to God. And when I played that trumpet and I learned to read music and all of that stuff, it really opened something up in me. So I was a musician before I even knew I could sing. My band teacher ended up telling me that I needed to go to choir, and then I sang for them and a sight reading and competition, and we won some money, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do, because here was my mom and I in this tough economic situation, and the school is winning money for me. They could do better than free lunch, okay? So I started pursuing my passion, graduated from Duke Ellington. We traveled across the country for that. My mom has been one of my big champions. She's still around. She survived stage 4 cancer. Shout out to her. My teenage son, he's alongside me. I'm a performing artist. This is what I love to do. It's what I've been doing for many years. There's just been a whole lot of paths along the journey, but jazz and blues has been my drug of choice from an early age. What can I say? I can't get enough of it. But I perform that over a hip hop drum pattern, and I'm segueing into R&B with the help of bots, and everybody over at the cookout. Shout out to the No Egos Clubhouse. I love everybody here. So, but this has been my journey so far until today, from the beginning to the end. Here we are, and God bless it. There'll be another day.
Yeah, let's talk about the industry. What advice are you giving to young girls particularly, but anyone that's trying to bust into this industry, knowing your journey, hearing other stories and other things that occur in this industry? That's just it's a tough industry to be in. What is your best advice that you're giving them?
So I'll say a couple of things. First thing is it's a full-time job, just being yourself. My granddaddy used to always say that, you know, being a person and a character, they're two different things, two different beings at the same time. Just always remember who you are. The second thing that I'll say is, you know, learn the business. Yeah, I have my MBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn the business. You got to be smart about what you're doing, protect yourself as an asset, and execute yourself accordingly. I teach a class to teenagers, and it's called stage presence. And I always remind them that the world is their stage. You know, when people see me, I want them to be sure to associate that with a positive memory, and we can have an impact point, because like there's certain things that you may have noticed with my accessories. I have a purse, looks like a radio. I have shoes that have music notes on. They're conversation pieces. So always having something that'll be able, especially as an independent artist, that'll start up a conversation. It's great because it helps me encourage the sale. Maybe they might want to hear my music because they liked something that I said. You know what I mean? I also tell them, you know, I do jazz and blues. Come on now. You know, so I give them my little pitch in 30 seconds or less, you know. And last but definitely not least, and these are just little tips for me. Practice and train all the time. All the time. Remember that yesterday's adversity does not have to determine your future. So just keep practicing, keep training, keep getting better, and again, bringing it back to the first point, just don't lose yourself. You know, I did a film, Michelle Beckham, when I talked to her over at the film is about Zanzibar Blue. It's called Metronome, but Michelle Beckham said that, you know, that's what happened with her, and there's many others that have went before. They lost themselves. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's very easy to lose yourself in this business. So just, I think those are the things that I would say. You know, I've had my moments of adversity, but I don't let them determine my today. I don't let them determine my future, you know? So.
Right. I get that. Yeah, you just have to remember to stay grounded. Even, you know, we want things so bad. We want this career. We want to be in this industry so bad. And so whatever somebody throws in front of us, whether that's going to change us or not, we go for it. But we got to remember who we are, where we come from, and that everything is not a yes. Everything is not a yes. So I like that. Yeah, let's talk about getting music in a movie. Like people don't like the people that, like independent artists that I speak with, they don't really tap into, you know, like other opportunities that's around music, right? They just think I can get on the stage and sing, but there's other opportunities. Let's talk about how you get your song, how you got your connection to get songs on movies.
Oh, thank you so much for that question. So my immediate network is a short answer. To be quite honest, my immediate network, because I've got friends that they're musicians and they play on these shows. I've got friends that are singers and actors, and you know, they do this thing, and I am pretty active on their social media pages, and I look for the projects that they're working on. If they're a director or a producer or a writer or something like that, or if I see that one of them is working on a project, I'll follow the hashtag and I get right in there, and then I get to look at the project. That's the long answer. So once I look at the project, then I'm going to send them a message and I'm going to say, hey, please let me know when you're looking for music for consideration, because I want you to consider some of my music to be a part of your film. Matter of fact, I sent a very official letter to Bots about a project that I'm in, but you know, I sent him the same thing because I'm going to treat him like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's Bots. Like, I love him. He's like a mentor and you know, big brother to me. So
really nominated. Yeah, he has to be treated like that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at the same time, even if this was my best friend, is what I'm saying. That type of energy, you know what I mean? You always want to treat everybody with the utmost respect. This is a professional environment. I'm submitting some work. I'm going to say, just for your consideration. It's the same way how Grammys are. We want you to consider our record for your Grammy vote. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the network, and Bots talks about it. Just finesse the DM. Don't just slam people with it. You know what I mean? So, but that's something that I practice quite frequently. Is I dip into my direct network and I ask them when they're ready for music. Then I'll have a library of stuff ready to go. Everything is registered. All splits are sealed. I got everybody's permission, and we do a thing called non-exclusive licensing deals. That way, I can take the same song and put it in multiple films. If I had an exclusive licensing deal, that means that they own this song, they better pay me real good for that thing, because I know I'm writing some good music. It's gonna last a while. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
I heard you say that it's you got how you got the connection is that you know people in places. Everybody don't have people in places. What is
Follow the project.
strategic? What is strategic for someone that do not have those connections?
Follow the project. If you find a project, now I'm still working on the strategy for getting things on a higher level. Like I have some friends and they have publishing companies and they're working with like Sprite and Nike and, you know, and $30 million budget films. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people as an independent, like I'm just not there yet, but I have to meet the right person. At some point, you just got to learn how to walk into that door. And what I mean by walking into the door is you've got to learn how to meet people. You've got to learn how to network. You've got to learn how to follow a project. Well, how do you learn that? Well, you just get up and you do it. You know what I mean? You've got to try and put in the effort and do the research on the project. Learn who's directing it. Learn who's producing it. A lot of the stuff you can find on the project, IMDb. Matter of fact, there's one called Josh Stolberg. I found it on one of my friends' pages and they just happened to share this. People just happen to share things. You never know. So just pay attention to what your friends are doing, especially if they're already in this business. People can follow me. I'm always sharing opportunities. Matter of fact, right now we're casting. I had a friend of mine that is, you know what I'm saying, just styled some folks. So follow that stylist because he's on TV. Guess what? He may be working on a project. You can tap in with them. You know, the producer, the director, the writer, the actors, you can tap in with anybody because this is the internet. We are in 2022. Stalking people is okay. And not in a scary way. Not in a scary way. You got to finesse it, you know, and do it with some class, but still, you know what I mean? You've got to learn about people. So that way, that's how I found Rob.
Yeah.
That's how I found Love and Bob.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off at all. Please forgive me.
No worries. No worries. That's how I found you. But that's it.
It's true.
Stay trained up so you can keep growing, you know?
Yeah. So tell me, what do you have going on currently? I mean, you mentioned a lot of stuff. But let me say this: you just performed at the iconic, legendary Mr. John Blassingame's International Fashion Weekend, designers and models, and you had the opportunity to also perform that Friday before that at the iconic, legendary Bob Sumner's Jazz and Jokes in Newark, New Jersey. When I see you perform, like your whole heart is in it. And it don't matter if 5 people there or 5,000 people are there, you're giving to me like you're all. And I think that's what you have to do in order to be a successful entertainer, right? So kudos to you for that and performing at those events that were just so successful and so amazing. And it's just an honor to have been there and to have been in your presence, because I think you're beautiful. And I think that you have something going on for yourself, and you are a role model for young people coming up behind you. Now, what, yes, and I genuinely mean that. I genuinely mean that. What do you have going on currently, or that's going to come up that we can follow you, you know, and support you in that?
Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. I'm so humble. I really appreciate you so much because, you know, like I think we met last year, you know, and I'm just so grateful, you know, that we had the opportunity to link. You know, this is what powerful networking does. And this is the same thing about relationship building and making sure that, you know, you're being yourself, because it's easier to remember, you know, who's my character around this person. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, I met John Blassingame like a little over 20 years ago, you know, when I very, very, very first started. And this is where relationship building and powerful network, you know, having John come up to me at the end of the show and he said, "You did great, kid. You did great." I was like, oh my God, like, oh, my heart. Yes, Mr. Blassingame, thank you. I received those blessings. And I was like, yeah, I felt really good. But he hooked me up with a lot of great folks. You know, John has been gracious enough to allow me to be honored, you know, because it's my honor, it's my privilege to be able to perform for his audience, you know, like y'all's very prestigious people. For me, the audience relationship and the performer, you know, this is why I do this, because in a matter of speaking as an entertainer, you know, I want my audience to feel God. I want you to feel some emotion, you know, every single night. I put 6 weeks of training into those 3 days. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that, you know, everything from that you were going to get a different character of Emerald Khan every single day. The first night I gave you Sade with my individual song, Nirvana's Paradise. You know, I cut through there by halfway through, and you notice that, you know, y'all was singing along, and it was all of a sudden it was like, ooh,
that?
there. Yeah, let's have a good time. And then we went back to Sade. So, you know, that's Nirvana's Paradise mixed with the icon Sade. I love to perform that song, but I gave that to you in a certain look. And then the next day I transformed into Cruella de Vil. You know what I mean? From morning to night, I was Cruella vibe, you know, and that was something that I wanted to give to you. It took me, I pieced every single thing together so that way I could give you a head to toe Cruella vibe. Because who else do you know would kill in the name of fashion? I had this conversation with Marcus, and John. You know that this was my thing. I was surprised nobody else dressed up. You know, this is a Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all good because the last night we had this message to give. Where and I sang 2 of my original songs the second night and 2 the second day as well, all original music, because John always likes me to bring something original. And you know, I was grateful. He said, you know, you gotta give people a story about, you know, overcoming hardship with your higher power, because we're gonna go through things, but God, you know, like John is a very spiritual person and says that, you know, we got to keep pushing forward no matter what. That's how he gets these shows to run. You know what I'm saying? So well. And he's been doing this for a long time. Mr. Bob Sumner, oh my gosh, it was such an honor and a privilege to perform for him. And for y'all to see me perform for the first time, you know, like it made my heart smile. I saw y'all singing along with me.
Yeah,
you know,
we enjoyed it. Really enjoy your performances. Like you are, I mean, it's like that you're in the place you're supposed to be, right? You're in your element. Go ahead, Emerald, and tell the world how they can follow you. How can they follow you on all social media sites? How can they tap in with you?
Absolutely. So you can find me, like I say, anywhere you're looking for a good time, honey, Google me. Now, wherever you're looking for what you're looking for. If you're looking for music, put in my first name, Emerald, just like the jewel, Khan, like Shaka, like Genghis, Khan, because I will love you anyway. Hope you don't forget me. You know what I'm saying? Some little fly. And then, you know, wherever you're looking for a good time, again, I have films out all over the place. But, you know, if you put in the Google, you follow me on social media, Emerald Khan, it's very easy to find me. And then my handles should pop up, Musical Emerald or Musical Emerald K.
So in addition to all of that, Emerald is going to be featured in one of the feature stories in the magazine, our premiere magazine with John Blassingame, that will drop on December the 1st. So look for that magazine to drop in all the 40 Books A Million stores across the US, on newsstands in New York, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And Emerald, your story did make the magazine. So we are excited for that. December the 1st, you guys, look for that magazine. So we're going to go for now, Emerald. Again, we appreciate you. What is one last word that you want to leave with the people?
Ooh, the only thing constant in life is change. My grandmama used to say that. I want to say that because always remember to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Stay growing, stay training, stay being better, becoming better than you used to be, you know? And stay encouraged. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself, you know? It's hard out here, but, you know, we all face adversity. So just keep growing, keep growing.
I love it. Listen, we support you wholehearted. We support you the long way out here, okay? Anything that you need, Just call us. We will be posting this interview on YouTube, you guys, and it's called the Black Link Experience. So once we get it up, you can go out there and see it there. It will be posted on our website at blacklinkmag.com. We're going to have some snippets on IG, like we're putting it out there. We're putting it out there for our friend Emerald Khan.
Hey, and next year I'm gonna be putting out a whole lot of stuff. So just stay tapped in.
When you want to network, when you want to get to your next levels, you gotta network. Your network is your network. It's a fact. It's such a fact. So follow Emerald. You never know who you can come across as you're following Emerald. Follow Black Link Magazine. You never know who you're gonna come across. Network. If you're trying to get there, network. All right, you guys, we're gonna get out of here for now. But remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.